Calgary Stampede went into Ward Paddock and up towards it all.
Well, hello everybody, it's Suffolk Andy here. At a little place called Needham Lakes. We have been here before when I first started vlogging, but I'm out on a little ride, so I thought I'd start my vlog here and introduce you to the swans. Such beautiful creatures. I think they're known as the Queen's bird. She supposedly they all belong to her, like everything else, but there you go. Yeah, responses from the show and no show were fantastic. Lots of responses and some good answers, especially about not showing your face, and has brought me round a little bit to one or two things that why people don't. I still personally think it's best to show your face, but and engage a bit more, but I can understand why some people have got these problems. It was interesting to find out. So anyway, I think we're going to get on with our little ride. Say cheerio to the swans. So let's get going. Yeah, the vlog I want to do today is about a song I heard at a social club on Saturday night. A Bryan Adams song. Class of 69 I think it's called. And in there was a line that he sings that those were the best years of my life. And when I heard it I thought, do you know, I love that song, so I can make a vlog out of that. So the question is today, what were your best years of your life? That's the question. Now I'll give you some sort of thoughts on mine and how I look at things. Now, a lot of people say to me, oh, I wish I was back at school, they were the best years of my life. Well, I'm dyslexic, as a lot of people know. Very dyslexic, and to the point it's crippling. And when I was at school in the 60s and the early 70s, people just thought I was simple. They thought I was a simpleton, and I was treated so. And when I left school at 14, when I left up though, when them gates opened and I was out, I felt like a man who'd been let out of prison after 35 years of a life sentence that he hadn't done. You know, the crime he hadn't committed. That's how I felt. So I can honestly say that the best years of my life were not school years. Then you go on about, people might say, well, when I was younger, you know, blokes my age go, oh, when I was younger, I was fit and I could play football and sports and stuff like that. And they were great times, they were for me, you know. But I still don't think they were the best years of my life as such. I think I needed to get a bit older to appreciate the best years of my life. When I was younger, those times went through so quick. You know, riding around Europe on bikes and going to nightclubs and chatting up birds and meeting women and all that sort of stuff, and everything that you do, learning all life's pleasures, as they say. And but I still don't think they were the best years of my life. And I think if I have to go to the best years of my life, I think I have to go the time my first two boys were born. I had identical twins, Christopher and Aaron, like two little peas in a pod they were, or they are. And I always remember leaving the hospital after they were born and then stopping the labour and crying my eyes out because I was so, how can I put it, so overwhelmed that this had happened, and I was so overwhelmed as well with the thought that this universe had given me two children like that, and I thought that was fantastic. And same with my third boy, when he was born, I was exactly the same. I just felt it overwhelming that I could be given such a gift, you know, just a normal man, you know, could be given this gift from the heavens, and bringing those children up, you know, working all God's hours to keep food on the table and clothes on their backs. And I never flinched. We've done it, and I know loads and loads of you boys and girls do that now. So I'm nothing special in that for me, but we all do it, and we don't flinch over it because we love our children so much. And I think if I had to say the best years of my life, were having the children and bringing them up. Yes, the best years of your life. Do you think getting older is the best years of your life? And let's face it, the older you get, life's trials and tribulations can be thrown at you in such nasty ways. Sometimes it's shattering. But if you look at life, life is like a book. It's a chapter. It's a chapter. You know, chapter 1, you're born. Chapter 2, you go to school. Chapter 3, you leave school. Chapter 4, you fall in love and marry. Chapter 5, you get children. And chapter 6, chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9, and it goes on. And then you get to the last chapter, usually chapter 10, and you kick your riding boots and move up to the big shop in the sky where you can race with all the big boys and put what bike, get on any bike you want. So, like I say, life is a novel. You're in a novel and it's a chapter. And what chapter you're in now, like me, I'm on some of the later chapters, I'm afraid to say, because I'm getting a bit on the old side now. So if you think about it, all the youngsters out there, maybe they could say they haven't had the best time of their life because they've still got it to come, which is fantastic. You know, if I could have my life over again, I would. There'd be certain things I would change to make the best years of my life, and unfortunately what's sort of dished out to you and whatever is already certainly already written out before you get here. It's all made up for you before you even get to this world. Oh, I'm getting to the spiritualist thing now, so I better back out of that before I get all spiritual, you know. So yeah, I'd like to know what have been, or what you think will be, or whatever will be the best days of your life. Well, I'm coming down to Little Cobdock and Washbrook. I'll show you something down here. On one of my other vlogs I show you where 2 of the prostitutes from Steve Wright were dumped. Well, another one was dumped just down here. I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm not going around sites like this, but I will show you when I get there. Right, boys and girls, as you can see, there's flowers here. There's a little brook down there. See if I can show you. These flowers are being put here for the girl who was dumped, and she was dumped just down there in the water, and that was done on purpose because the water takes away all DNA, all sort of DNA evidence from the killer, and this is where one of the girls was dumped. Very sad little place, but there you go. On my travels, if I go to another site, I'll show you. Right, time to go home. There's the Washbrook where you get your little bikes MOT'd and everything else there, and where they do the Cobdock bike show from. Let's go home. I think that's enough for me. Let me know about your best years of your life, or if you've got them coming, or your thoughts. I'd appreciate that. Sophic Andy.